Life is full of challenges, and during difficult times, it can be hard to stay motivated. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in self-discipline and inner strength, offers practical tools to help us navigate these hardships. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, embrace adversity, and maintain our peace of mind regardless of external circumstances. Here are 7 ways to use Stoic principles to remain motivated in hard times. Step 1. Embrace the present moment. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the idea of living in the present moment. When hardships arise, we often let our minds drift toward the past or the future. We may worry about what might happen or regret what has already taken place. However, Stoicism teaches us that the present moment is the only one we truly have control over. By focusing on the present, we gain clarity and can act more decisively in solving our problems. Staying in the present moment also helps reduce anxiety. Rather than letting future uncertainties drain our motivation, we focus on the tasks at hand. This shift in perspective allows us to make small, incremental progress, even in tough situations. Being fully engaged in the present prevents us from feeling overwhelmed by the weight of an uncertain future. Ultimately, embracing the present moment brings peace of mind. We stop resisting what is and start working with what we have. This acceptance not only motivates us to keep moving forward, but also allows us to experience more calm and focus, even during trying times. Step 2. Focus on what you can control. Stoicism emphasizes a clear distinction between what we can and cannot control. Many of our frustrations come from trying to change things that are beyond our power, other people's actions, circumstances beyond our influence, or the past. Instead of wasting time and energy on these uncontrollable factors, Stoicism encourages us to focus solely on our own actions, thoughts, and choices. By concentrating on what we can control, we take responsibility for our own behavior. This mindset shift empowers us to find solutions and remain proactive, even when external events are chaotic. We may not be able to change the situation, but we can always control our attitude and how we respond to it. This approach can be incredibly motivating during tough times. It reminds us that while we cannot predict the outcome of every challenge, we do have the ability to face it with courage and resilience. The power to act is always in our hands, and focusing on that gives us a renewed sense of purpose and energy. Step 3. Practice negative visualization. Negative visualization is a Stoic practice that involves imagining worst-case scenarios to prepare the mind for possible setbacks. Although this might sound pessimistic, it actually helps us reduce the fear of failure. By mentally rehearsing potential challenges, we are less likely to be paralyzed by fear or caught off guard when difficulties arise. This practice also encourages gratitude. When we reflect on what could go wrong, we become more appreciative of what is currently going well. Negative visualization helps us view hardship with perspective, understanding that things could always be worse and that we are fortunate for what we have. Moreover, by imagining worst-case outcomes, we often realize they aren't as catastrophic as we initially thought. This reduces our fear and gives us the courage to take action. It boosts our motivation, knowing that even if things don't go as planned, we are mentally prepared to handle it. Step 4. Understand the impermanence of life. One of the Stoic beliefs that can help us through hard times is the understanding that everything in life is temporary. Whether we are going through a good phase or a difficult one, it will eventually pass. When faced with hardships, remembering the impermanence of life allows us to maintain perspective and hope. This realization helps reduce the emotional intensity of difficult situations. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, we remind ourselves that challenges, like everything else, are fleeting. We learn to endure hardship with patience, knowing that it is not permanent and that better days will eventually come. Understanding impermanence also encourages us to act. Since nothing lasts forever, we are motivated to make the most of our time. Whether it's pursuing personal goals or working through challenges, this sense of urgency helps us stay focused and driven, knowing that our current efforts will shape our future. Step 5. Cultivate inner strength. Stoicism teaches us to develop inner strength by focusing on what the Stoics called virtue, which refers to qualities like resilience, self-discipline, and integrity. During tough times, our external circumstances may be out of our control, but our internal state is always within our grasp. By building inner strength, we become less dependent on external factors for our happiness and motivation. Inner strength comes from consistent practice. When faced with adversity, we have an opportunity to strengthen our mental and emotional resilience. Stoicism encourages us to treat hardship as a form of training for our character. Each challenge we face helps us build the discipline and fortitude needed to overcome future difficulties. By cultivating this inner strength, we are motivated to persevere through even the toughest challenges. We realize that true motivation comes from within, and no matter how dire the external situation may be, our inner resolve will keep us moving forward. Step 6. Accept setbacks as part of growth. Stoicism teaches that setbacks are a natural part of life, and more importantly, a critical aspect of personal growth. While it's normal to feel discouraged by failure or difficulty, Stoicism reminds us that these experiences are valuable opportunities to learn and improve. Rather than seeing setbacks as permanent roadblocks, we should view them as temporary detours that can lead to greater self-awareness and growth. Adopting this perspective helps us remain motivated, even when things don't go as planned. We come to understand that failure is not something to fear, but a necessary component of progress. Every setback provides us with valuable lessons, teaching us how to approach similar challenges in the future with more wisdom and skill. When we stop resisting setbacks and start embracing them as part of the growth process, we maintain our motivation. Knowing that every challenge is a stepping stone toward becoming a better version of ourselves helps us stay committed to our long-term goals, even when the road gets tough. Step 7. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a central Stoic practice, particularly during hard times. Even when we are facing difficulties, there are always things in our lives that we can be thankful for. Practicing gratitude shifts our focus away from what we lack or what is going wrong toward what is going right. This shift in mindset not only lifts our spirits, but also motivates us to keep going. Gratitude fosters resilience. When we acknowledge the good things in our lives, we realize that not everything is bleak, and that there is still much to appreciate. This positivity energizes us, giving us the strength to face our challenges with optimism and hope. Moreover, practicing gratitude regularly helps us maintain a balanced perspective. We avoid falling into the trap of focusing solely on hardships. Instead, we recognize that life is a mix of positives and negatives, and by focusing on the former, we can stay motivated and mentally strong in the face of adversity. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom for remaining motivated during hard times. By embracing the present moment, focusing on what we can control, and practicing gratitude, we can weather life's challenges with resilience and grace. Stoicism teaches us that hardship is not something to be feared, but embraced as part of our journey. With the right mindset, we can stay motivated, knowing that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth.